Good morning, friends. We're back at the Salt Marsh today and talking about today. Chiron is squaring Mars at 22 degrees. I did a write-up on this and it's a very, very intense degree. So it's kind of a do or die, life or death type energy. And I was thinking about this morning. I had a strange morning this morning. I knew something was going on already before I remembered today is the aspect in a few hours. And the wind was picking up. My dog was, he wouldn't leave me alone this morning. He decided what time I had to wake up this morning. And he wouldn't leave me alone until I got up and took him for a walk. But it's perfect because now I can also make you this video. And for me, because I love doing it. But basically, what's this aspect about? Like for regular folks, how can we use this energy? Well, Mars is in Cancer and Chiron is in Aries. In the astrology, Mars is debilitated in Cancer. But what I think is important to say is put the energy into your home, like your home base. To me, developing your mastery from your home base is the best use of this energy, and healing your woundings, that originated from your home base. And also renewing your home, renewing the home, building the home, putting energy into your home, and the world has been our society has been so externally focused, but now there's, all these people working from home, doing from home, having their own businesses from home, taking care of your people that are at home, and developing your mastery specifically at home, meaning the moon, right? Because Cancer's ruled by the moon. So at home in the body. The body is your home in this world. That really relates with taking good care of yourself. Where's the home base for doing that? It's in your home. The body is the home on earth. So taking care of our physical bodies as well, our homes, and developing some mastery in that and healing the past woundings. There's probably a lot to address. Whether it's psychologically, whether it's physically, whether it's medical conditions. So this is front-loading into the new year. And it's front-loading into the new year. And so this energy is present for the entire lunar year. These are all skills that are going to greatly help us as we proceed, through the next 12 months and the next 6 months in particular. The first part of the lunar year. If you want more on the lunar year, I have a couple of videos on it and a write-up on Substack. I wanted to talk about something that was happening this morning also, reading the signs, the signs in nature, the signs that happen, the signs from the animals. Because when my dog decided to jump on my bed, just wouldn't leave me alone, I knew that something was going on. So I thought, my dog is perceiving something. And it's interesting because around the same time, the wind kicked up. And I checked my app and the wind is only 8 miles an hour. So it shouldn't be as, starkly noticeable as it was this morning. So that was strange. Then when I got up, I noticed that there was a cloud with a square end, which is always strange. And it's just, it's an environment that I thought, what am I going to do, right? Because the external environment seems like there's something going on. I can't quite get my arms around it. So what did I do? I exercised my Mars square Chiron. I exercised my mastery. So I, restated within myself my energy field parameters. I also do that non-verbally, right? And it's a form of protection. It's a recognition, right, of the connection with the divine. The divine is our protection in every moment. You know, the soul, the living soul that you are in your relationship. That's what's the most important in life for me. And what I've come to is that nothing else really determines my life besides my relationship with divinity, and then the choices I make as a living human being, and whether or not I align with the divinity that I am. And so as I was walking the dog, I was turning around to go back home, and there was a lady with her dog off leash. Okay, so there's a lady walking on a main road with her dog not on the leash. Now, no, you know, I get it. There's a whole thing of people that want to do this and that do this. So her off-leash dog wants to come over and meet my dog. And she starts yelling at this lady who's walking her off-leash dog, starts yelling at her dog and yelling at me. And, you know, there's people that like to do the off-leash thing with their dog. I don't do that because I have a former working dog. And so, because he was a working dog, his prey drive is strong, and it's not a good idea for me to walk him without leash. So she starts yelling at her dog, who is similar type of dog to my dog. So they want to meet, right? And then she starts yelling at me. Apparently everything is now my fault in her world. And, you know, she just wants to be unhinged walking with her dog off leash in public, and you might run into somebody with a dog. Like, everybody has dogs around here. So I just thought it was funny. And she's like, you know, get off my lawn. So she yells at me, stop following me. I mean, come on. And I am literally just on my way home, so I'm not going to change directions, right? So I just said to her, you know what? I'm going this way, but I'll give you a head start. You know, so I just hung back. I'm okay with doing that. And all was well. But it's funny, isn't it? It's funny to think about how the perception was from her side and how the perception was from mine. So where have I developed my personal energy management skills? At home. Okay, I spend an extraordinary amount of time working on that. And then I exercised my mastery Chiron. It's Mars square Chiron, right? I exercised it, and Chiron's at the end of a stellium, interacting with others. You could see that as interacting with others. And calmly, I made a conscious choice. So it's the first thing in the morning, I'm having a great day, and I don't need to yell at anybody. So I just said, I'm going that way, but I'll give you a head start, you know? And so I was firm. I set my boundaries. That's all. You know, it takes energy, right? That's Mars. Aries, ruled by Mars. But I exercise my mastery calmly, right? So Aries, when we bring the light of consciousness to our actions, to our behavior, to what we're doing, we don't have to go to the extremes that Aries can represent, but it's a conscious choice because Aries can be very impulsive. So in the negative, Mars square Chiron, you know, I have a stranger yelling at me. So from her standpoint, something just happened. Okay, she just left her home. Mars in Cancer, debilitated now. Okay, and her dog's off leash, debilitated, right? That's not the strongest position, walking on a main road with other people and dogs. And, you know, something crazy happens. It's a square for her, from her perspective, Mars square Chiron. And now someone's at her, you know, Mars, the idea of war and attack. Someone's impinging upon her space. It's just me, I'm just walking home. But do you see how the perception and it can be so different? What is happening? The other side of duality, right? So I guess what I'm saying here is this energy is front loading into the lunar year. It's going to be with us for the next year, and the 6 months in particular. So if you make a conscious choice to develop your skill sets and to use them how you want, squares actually provide energy. You know, the tension provides energy to get up and get going.